you could highlight for us what exactly led to this violent protest. What were the parents convinced about, and was the blame on the government of Tamil Nadu for trying to cover up the intensity of this case?
Well, we are yet to ascertain as to what had caused this violence, what had caused the mob that had started out as a silent protest to go on to turn this ugly. What we are learning as of this moment is the Madras High Court in its hearing today as well has also pulled up police authorities and questioned as to why the law and order situation here at Kallakuruchi had turned so bad in just, within hours, where vandalism of property had taken place. Why there was not, why there had been such angry protesters who had vandalized properties to literally shreds of, pieces. That is what we are seeing from the debris that is here, even as the school authorities have been picked up for interrogation. Well, we are yet to ascertain what the parents say. The parents do allege there has been foul play in the death of their child there. In fact, the Madras High Court today as well had also granted that re-post-mortem be conducted of the child, this time with the child's father, who will be in the same room as the post-mortem is being conducted. This even as the case has been transferred to the CBCID. Remember, we'll have to show you some of the actual damages that have been, the intensity of the damage is such that there have been cracks on the buildings there because of the intensity of the heat that had seeped in. Definitely this is not only just a tiny minor vandalism that can be taken into account, but rather we can see desktops that have been damaged, glasses, window panes that have been broken into, property that has been set on fire, that brings down almost the entire buildings roots to almost staggering cracks that have been developed into the building. All of this is not just minor vandalism but also severe vandalism that has been caused, this even as hundreds of protesters gathered in just a short while yesterday and had damaged property worth over 5 crore. This at a private school here at Kallakurichi. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister there today, in the statement he has just now issued, also states that all perpetrators with respect to this case will be pulled up, stringent action will be taken, also condemning the protest and saying that this is not the Tamil Nadu that he had envisioned. He also goes on to state that there will also be violent free Tamil Nadu is the Tamil Nadu
we heard the assurance coming in from the Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, but a quick word on the kind of damage to property. We see a series of buses there that have lined up. Would you be able to show us what's behind you, Apurva? We know that school buses have been gutted, vehicles there that were parked, protesters have vandalized that property. Close to 5 crore worth public property there that's been damaged. Any word on those protesters being reprimanded? Apart from that, have the school authorities so far responded?
Well, almost over 100 of these protesters have been arrested so far, and today they will be produced before the courts here, the local court here in Kallakurichi, before the magistrate as well. This even as several others have been identified. Remember, the Madras High Court had also pulled up questioning why this sudden swarm of activity had taken place that had agitated mass of people to gather here for these protests that had turned violent. The buses there that have been absolutely gutted to ashes that you can see out here. Fire trucks that have been put on standby. This even as, the damages to the buildings, as you can clearly see, it's not something that we can say of a minimal nature. The cracks there on the walls of the building definitely shows the intensity of the vandalism that had taken place. The fire that has seeped in through the building, the heat that had, the intensity of the damage there is not something of a minor nature as well. This school authorities are yet to respond on this, but as of the moment, the private school associations have declared a holiday across all private schools, condemning the vandalism and the riots that had broken out here at Kallakurichi yesterday. Remember, this vandalism that had taken place not only led to mass destruction of school property, but it also led to a riot that was not easy on the law and order situation here with police on one side trying to defuse the crowds, and on the other side you have agitated protesters here throwing stones, pelting stones at the police, pelting stones. Several police officials who have been injured in this incident. Definitely this is something that will be, like Chief Minister M.K. Stalin says, a black mark on the security labs here in Tamil Nadu with respect to what was mismanagement of riots out here. All questions that are being raised as to why there wasn't enough, kind of a better management there for this kind of situation that had erupted. The buses there, the chairs, everything that has been vandalized out here.
Absolutely tragic. Violence is not welcome anywhere. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin now stepping in to say this is horrific. Violence will not be accepted or entertained, and more importantly, directing a message to schools saying school authorities must treat children like their own, and if they don't, they'll have to face the law. Those guilty will be punished. That's the word of the Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, but we're seeing a spate of incidents lately from Tamil Nadu when it comes to school children. Very unfortunate. In the latest, this girl there committing suicide, claiming that her teachers harassed her. The allegation by the parents is that the school is trying to hush up the matter while they are now demanding for another round of post-mortem under the parents' supervision. The court has stepped in. India Today continues to track these developments.